morning, class. I am April Choi E. Coras, your teacher. Before we start our discussion today, please stand up for a prayer. Janine, please lead a prayer. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Good morning, class. Again, good morning. Very good. How's your day? Oh, great. So, who are absent today? Oh, very good. You have a perfect attendance. That's great. Before we'll proceed to our discussion, may I ask you all to arrange your chairs, pick up the pieces of papers on the floor, and if I am discussing, what should student do? Very good. Listen attentively and minimize the noise. One thing more, if you have any questions, please raise your hands. Are we clear? Very good. Before we start our discussion, I have some activity for you. So I have a picture here, and I want you to tell me what have you observed on the picture. Okay? Yes? Yes, there are animals. There are four animals in the picture. Those are chicken, monkey, penguin, and turtle. So I want you to classify those animals and count how many of them. Are we clear? I will give a table and I want you to fill this up. Okay? Count the numbers of chicken, monkeys, penguin, and turtle. Okay? I will give you 5 minutes. So, start now. Very good, class. You've done well. Great job. So now, as you observe in our classroom, I posted colored of letters. Okay? And I will group you into three. So the class will be divided into three, and each group will be assigned to each colors. Group 1 will be assigned to color red, Group 2 yellow, Group 3 will be cyan. Okay? So all you need to do is to collect all the papers you're assigned. So for example, Group 1, you will collect all the colored papers red, and Group 2 and Group 3, so on. And then you will guess what word is presented. Okay? Understood? Very good. So for this activity, I will give you 7 minutes. Is that okay? Very good. So your time start now. You have 2 minutes left. So group 1, please select one representative as well as group 2 and 3. So what was the word presented on your assigned? Very good. It is organizing. How about group 2? Very good. It is presenting. And lastly, group 3. Excellent. It is frequency table. So now you have already have a clue of what our topic this day. So our discussion for today is all about organizing and presenting data using frequency table. Before we will proceed to our discussion, I will present first to you our objectives today. So first, you are expected to identify the ungroup and group data. Second, identify whether the data is ungrouped and grouped in the given frequency table. Third, make a frequency table on the data given. And lastly, relate group and ungroup data using frequency table to the real life situation. So now let's begin our discussion. So first, I will introduce to you our topic, which is organizing and presenting data using frequency table. So what is frequency table? Yes, a frequency table shows the frequency or an amount of occurrences of a specific category or group of data. In other words, a frequency table shows the number of times that a group of data occurred. Another thing is a frequency table has two columns, one for the bins or categories, and second the other for the number of occurrences. So this is the frequency table example. I have here an activity to show a frequency table. So for example, 20 people were asked how many hours they sleep each night. So here is the data. So first, we will make a table with two columns. The first column is the bins or the categories, the number of hours they slept. And the second column is the frequency or the occurrences. So the first step we will do is to arrange the data, lowest to highest value. Okay, so what is the lowest value? Very good, it is 5. How about the highest value? Very good, it is 12. So we will input the numbers or the value to the table. So first 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We are done putting the values in the tables. The second step is we will count how many person answers 5 hours slept, 6 hours slept, 7, and so on and so forth. So here is our frequency table looks like. Okay, understood? Very good. So let's look for another example. The data set below represent the amount of time in minutes 20 middle school students spent on a computer each day. Create a frequency table to display the data. So here is the data. First, create a two-column table. The left-hand column will be the number of hours and the right hand will be the frequency. Next, determine the size of the bins. The range of this data is from 0 to 60 minutes. Given this relatively larger range of data, we will create bins of this one. Given this relatively larger range of data, we will create bins of size 10. So here is the table and the range. Next, calculate the frequency of each bin. To do this, count up how many data points are between 0 and 10 and place this value in the right column of the table. Then count up how many data points are between 11 and 20 and place this value in the table. Continue until the entire table is completed. The table should look like this. Okay? So now let's proceed to the group data. So what is a group data? A group data is used in data analysis. Raw data can be organized by grouping together similar measurements in the table. Example, someone gave a group of students a simple math question and timed how long it took them to answer it. The numbers are this. So first, arrange the data. So the smallest amount of time was 8 seconds, and the largest was 34 seconds. One method we could use to analyze the needed time is to group close numbers together. In order to keep the analysis fair, we'll make each group be the same number of seconds. We can then count how many students fill in each group. For example, if we organize course into 5-second ranges, the table should look like this. Okay? So, what is tally marks? So, tally marks are often used to make a frequency distribution table. For example, let's say you survey a number of households and find out how many pets they owned. The results are 3, 0, 1, 4, 4, 1, and so on and so forth. Looking at that string of numbers boggles the eye. A frequency distribution table will make the data easier to understand. So here's the table, and I want you to complete this table, okay? Your time start now. So our topic can also be applied to our real life situation. For example, a manufacturer of AA batteries had their quality control department test the lifespan of their batteries. 42 batteries were randomly selected and tested, with the number of hours they lasted listed below. So here are the data. So using an interval of size 10, construct a frequency table for the given data. Second, draw a histogram to display the data. So first, calculate the number of intervals for the frequency table. So the range is equals to the largest value minus the smallest value. So what is our largest value? Very good. It is 169 minus the smallest value, which is 108. So 169 minus 108 is equals to 61. So that is our range. So the next thing is draw and label the frequency table to display the data. The smallest value is 108, so the first interval could be from 100 to 109. Remember to insert the empty interval from 0 to 99. So the number of intervals is equals to the range over interval size. So what is our range? So our range is 61 over our interval size is 10. So 61 over 10 is equals to 6.1 or 1.07. So the table should look like this. The intervals, the tally, and frequency. So how can we determine the ungroup and group data using frequency table? And what are the steps in presenting data using frequency table? So that will be your assignments. Okay? So before our class end, I have some assessment or review if you really understand our topic. So get 1/2 sheet of paper. So here is the assessment. I will give you 5 minutes to answer. So that's all for today, class. For your assignment, please proceed to our GC for your task to perform, okay? So that's all for the day, class. See you next time.